AI is a bubble, and that's good news for you as an entrepreneur. It sounds backwards, right? Everybody's either hyping AI as a second coming or dismissing it as a passing fad. But my take is the so-called AI bubble is the biggest opportunity you're about to miss if you're not paying attention. And I don't want that to happen for you. In fact, I'd rather you fail by riding this wave than play it safe and watch it pass by, because one of my core beliefs is I'd rather know and fail than not know at all. Right now, you're caught between two extremes. On the one side, people are screaming that AI will change everything overnight. Every app, every business, maybe even replace entrepreneurs entirely. On the other side, you've got folks whispering, it's all a hype. It'll crash and burn. Save yourself. It's like standing in the middle of a gold rush. Some are either racing to stake their claim, others are too afraid of a bust to even dip their toe. And you're just trying to figure out what's true and what's noise. Here's the deal. If you freeze, if you do nothing out of fear, you risk getting left behind when AI reshapes your industry. But if you chase the hype blindly without a strategy, you could waste time and money on something that collapses. Neither of these outcomes are ideal. You have worked too hard to let a wave like this either leave you in the dust or wipe you out. The consequence of getting this wrong isn't just missing a trend, it could mean missing the future of your business. So imagine looking back in 5 or 10 years and saying, I had the chance to jump on the AI revolution, but I was too scared or too stubborn to do it. Regret like that stings, and I know because I felt it, and I don't want you to feel it too. Lessons from the dot-com bubble. To understand why I'm excited about the AI bubble, let's take a quick trip to another bubble, the dot-com bubble of the late 1990s. Now, back then, everyone was throwing money at anything that had a .com at the end. Pets.com, a company that sold pet supplies online, raised over $80 million and became a poster child of the .com hype. Within 9 months of its IPO, it went bust. Why? It had tons of hype, but no solid business model, no real value for customers. Contrast that with Amazon. Amazon stock got hammered when the dot-com bubble burst. It lost over 90% of its value at one point. People called it Amazon.bomb, but Jeff Bezos wasn't chasing hype. He was building real value, a strong e-commerce foundation obsessed with customer experience. Amazon survived the crash and eventually thrived, becoming one of the biggest companies in the world. The bubble bursting wiped out the pretenders and cleared the field for the players with real substance. That's the key. In every bubble, whether .com or AI, the ones who focus on real value and long-term vision come out on top after the hype settles. So the lesson for you, don't be Pets.com, be Amazon. Use this AI wave to build something that lasts, not just to ride a short-term buzz. When I lost a $40 million opportunity, I want to share one of the biggest lessons I ever learned in my own entrepreneurial journey, a painful lesson about hesitating too long. When I was 22, running my first startup, I nearly lost everything because I was too cautious. I spent an entire summer perfecting our business plan, pages on pages, planning every detail on paper, and not actually doing enough in reality. I was stuck in planning, afraid to launch anything until it was just right. Sound familiar? Well, guess what? While I was polishing paragraphs in the business plan, a giant company entered our industry looking to buy up small startups. It came down to us and one competitor. But when opportunity knocked, we weren't ready. I just had a binder full of plans, and that competitor who had launched and taken action got acquired for $40 million. $40 million. And my company, we missed that deal. And that really stung. I remember thinking, that could have been us. I could have sold my business for $40 million. It was a brutal wake-up call for me, but it taught me something that I need you to embrace. We've got to get out there and test your assumptions. Most of your plan is going to be wrong anyway. I learned that the hard way. From that day, I started calling myself a recovering perfectionist. I realized a half-assed plan you actually execute is better than a perfect plan that you never act on. So when I talk about AI and the opportunities and the hype around it, I'm coming from that lesson. I don't want you to miss your $40 million opportunity or whatever that looks like for your business because you are waiting for perfect or paralyzed by uncertainty. I want you to take action while others are still writing their business plan for the future. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, that sounds great, Evan, but I'm not a tech person. I don't really get AI. What if I jump in and it all crashes? I can't afford a big mistake. And fair enough, I hear you. A lot of entrepreneurs feel this way right now. Maybe you feel completely out of your depth with new technology, or you're worried that you're going to waste your resources. Maybe you're even thinking, I'll just wait until the hype dies down and the path is clear. But Think about this. You don't need to be a tech genius, and you don't need to bet the farm on AI to get started. Waiting for clarity sounds safe, but in a fast-moving wave like this, waiting is the riskiest move of all. Every big shift in business, whether it was internet, social media, now AI, looked confusing and risky at the start. But the entrepreneurs who said, I'll figure it out as I go, are the ones who came out ahead. And guess what? You can figure it out. You figured out everything else up to this point. How to run a business, how to solve problems, how to adapt when things got tough. You don't have to know everything about AI. You just have to be willing to learn something about it. I'm going to show you how to approach this in a practical way. So park those doubts at the door for now, and let's talk about how you can not only survive this so-called AI bubble, but absolutely thrive because of it. You ready? Let's jump into the real strategies that will take you from feeling doubt to taking action and ultimately to transforming who you are as an entrepreneur in this new era. Also, if you want to take real action after this video, I made a free worksheet just for you. Covers the top lessons from today, gives you space to write your biggest takeaways, and helps you build a simple action plan. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description to go grab it. I'll see you there. Step number 1, shift from fear to curiosity. The first shift is all about mindset. Instead of fearing the AI bubble, get curious about it. Why? Because fear and curiosity can't coexist. When you're in fear, your brain shuts down possibilities. When you're curious, you start finding opportunities. Think about it. Our brains are wired to resist change. It's a survival instinct. New technologies can trigger that fight or flight response. This is unknown. It might be dangerous. Avoid. Right? That's your lizard brain talking. But as an entrepreneur, you can't afford to let the lizard brain drive. So flip it. Ask questions instead of making assumptions. Instead of AI will replace everything, I'm doomed, or AI is just a scam, ask, how could this actually help me? Where could this open a door in my business? When you trade your fear for curiosity, you turn paralysis into exploration. Curiosity is that childlike wonder that makes you lean in instead of back away. And here's a little science for you. There's a principle called Amara's Law that says we tend to overestimate the effect of a technology in the short run and underestimate it in the long run. So yes, the hype right now is probably overblown. AI isn't going to magically fix every problem in your business this quarter, but long term, it's likely going to have more impact than we can even imagine today. Knowing this should fire you up to learn and observe, not panic. Curiosity lets you capitalize on the long run while everyone else is freaking out or getting cynical. So, action item for you. Approach AI like a student, not a critic. Spend an evening playing with a free AI tool just to see what it does. Watch what your competitors or industry leaders are doing with AI. Not to copy them, but to spark some ideas for you. Replace the thought, this is scary, with this is interesting. When you do that, you'll find your fear turning into excitement. And excitement is momentum. It's the momentum you need for the next steps. Step number 2, focus on real value, not hype. In a bubble environment, it's easy to get caught up chasing all the shiny objects. Don't fall for it. The entrepreneurs who win are the ones who stick to fundamentals, serving customers, solving real problems, delivering genuine value. AI is a powerful tool, but it's just that, a tool. It's not a magical money machine or a substitute for understanding your customers. So ask yourself, where can AI actually create real value in my business or for my clients? Maybe it's automating a tedious task so you can serve customers faster. Maybe it's analyzing data to uncover a trend that helps your clients save money. Whatever it is, tie it to a real pain point or desire. If you use AI to do something meaningful, something people already care about, you're building on solid ground. But if you're doing it to sound trendy in a press release, you're building it on quicksand. Remember the story of Pets.com versus Amazon? Pets.com poured millions into flashy ads. Who remembers the sock puppet dog? They had hype, they had attention, but they didn't have a viable way to deliver value profitably. Amazon, on the other hand, kept refining how to deliver books and then everything to customers better than anyone else. The same is true right now. 90% of AI startups that are just hype will flame out, but the ones who use AI to actually solve a real problem will endure. So be intentional. Don't add AI to your business just so you can say you have AI. Add it because it makes something faster, cheaper, or better for your customer. That's it. Do that and you won't be one of the hype casualties when things shake out. You'll be too busy serving your customers something they truly value. And trust me, bubble or no bubble, that never goes out of style. Step number 3, start small, but start now. Opportunities in a bubble is all about timing and action. You've got to take action before the bubble bursts, but you don't have to bet your whole business on it on day one. The key is to start small and iterate quickly. So think big picture, but act tiny steps. If you've been watching this AI trend from the sidelines, I want you to get on the field in a manageable way. Pick one little experiment. For example, can you use an AI tool to handle some customer service emails this week and see how it goes? Can you train an AI on your FAQs and have it help customers 24/7? Or maybe use an AI image generator to mock up marketing materials. Choose something low risk, but potentially high reward, and just try it. Not next year, not someday when I have time, right now. Why is this so important? Because action is the antidote to anxiety. When you start doing, you stop doubting as much. You'll learn more from one day of trial and error than a year of thinking and planning. I learned this the hard way with that $40 million miss. I planned for months and got nothing. When I finally started taking action, even small ones, things began to move. Momentum built. You don't need a perfect plan. In fact, remember what I said earlier, a half-assed plan started now is better than a perfect plan never acted on. That lesson cost me $40 million, and I hope you got it for free just now. So sketch a quick plan for your little AI experiment and go. Maybe it fails. Fine. You'll learn and tweak and try again. Maybe it works and you just unlocked a new level for your business. Either way, you win because you're moving forward while others are still standing still. Step number 4, adapt and keep learning. This is your identity shift. Taking action once isn't enough. You need to commit to continuous learning and adaptation. This is where the identity shift comes in. It's time to stop seeing yourself as not a tech person or too late to the game or just a traditional entrepreneur. Your new identity is, I am an adaptable, always learning entrepreneur. Embrace the idea that part of your job is to keep evolving. Think of companies that failed to adapt. Blockbuster thought they were just in the video rental business. They didn't evolve their identity to being into the entertainment delivery business, and Netflix ate their lunch. Kodak thought they were just a film company. They actually invented the digital camera, but they shelved it because it didn't fit their identity and they got left behind. Don't be like that. Don't cling to what you've always been when the world is changing. Here's the beautiful thing. As an entrepreneur, you are not fixed. You can learn new skills, adopt new tools, and reinvent yourself at any time. In fact, the most successful entrepreneurs constantly reinvent themselves. They're not afraid to say, I don't know how this works yet. They get their hands dirty. They take courses. They ask questions. They watch videos. They stay humble and hungry. So ask yourself, what does the next level version of me look like in the age of AI? Maybe you become the entrepreneur who combines your deep industry knowledge with AI superpowers. Make that a potent combo. Maybe you become a leader in your circle, teaching others what you've learned about tech. You solidify your knowledge by teaching. The point is you evolve your identity from someone wary of change to someone who thrives on change. And this isn't about learning a tech trick here or there. It's about changing how you see yourself. When you see yourself as an adaptable innovator, you'll find it easier to tackle whatever comes next, AI or otherwise. You won't say, I can't do that. You say, I haven't done that yet, but I can learn. And that mindset shift becomes everything. It moves you from being at the mercy of trends to being the one who leverages them. Step number 5, don't do it alone, get support. Finally, remember this. You're not alone on this journey, nor should you try to be. One of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make, and I made this early on too, is trying to figure everything out solo. When I started my first business, I was too embarrassed to ask for help when I was struggling. I thought I had to put on a brave face and do it all myself, and that nearly broke me and my company. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Don't do it alone because you'll probably fail. You'll quit along the way because it's too devastatingly lonely. So as you venture into AI or any new domain, build your support system. Find a community of entrepreneurs learning about AI. Trust me, there are groups out there. There are online forums, there's local meetups, there's masterminds where people share what's working and what's not. Seek out a mentor or an advisor who has more experience in technology or AI. This could be as simple as asking a tech-savvy friend to coffee and picking their brain, or hiring a consultant for a short session to get you started in the right direction. Surrounding yourself with people on the same path turns this whole experience from scary into exciting. You get to share wins, swap failures, and bounce ideas around. And more importantly, when you hit a wall, and you will, it is part of learning, you'll have someone to help you climb that wall instead of giving up. Entrepreneurs are a tough breed, but we're not invincible solo warriors. Every great entrepreneur you know had mentors, peers, and a team, so don't isolate yourself. Make this a team effort. Celebrate your AI experiment wins with your friends. If you have business partners or a team, bring them into the learning process too. Let them contribute ideas. The more minds working on this, the faster you'll adapt and the more confidence you'll build. And confidence is key. When you know you've got backup, you approach challenges with a different level of energy. You'll take on bigger challenges because you know that it's not just you against the world, it's you and your allies, your fellow believers pushing forward together. That's how you make sure you don't just ride the AI wave, but you make your own wave too. From doubt to identity shift. So look at the journey that we've taken here. You started with doubt. Is this AI bubble going to burst in my face? Should I do anything? And now you have a roadmap to move into action and actually change who you are in the process. This was never just about AI. It's about you becoming the kind of entrepreneur who can handle any wave. Today it's AI, tomorrow it'll be something else, another technology, another shift in the market. The specifics will change, but the core principle won't. Bet on yourself to learn and adapt rather than sitting on the sidelines. You are not the person who watches opportunities pass by anymore. You are the person who grabs them, shapes them, and uses them to serve your mission. You're building the skill of belief in yourself and your vision, even when the path forward is uncertain. And that is huge. Most people won't do that. But you are not most people. This is how you future-proof yourself. This is how you win consistently. And congratulations, you're one video closer to who you're meant to be. Believe. To learn the 7 habits to make this year your best year yet, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Success this year for you comes down to one thing: your habits. Most entrepreneurs say they want the best year, but then do the same things as last year.